What's up? How are you guys? I know you guys watch the playback sometimes, so that's why I just come on the live. Excuse me, come on the live and just like talk because I know that there are going to be people who catch the live later. Why does my light feel so dull today? My light, not my life. It sounded like I said my life. Why is my life so dull today? Here we go. I don't know. It still doesn't feel bright. Like normally, it feels really like bright. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. What's up? Happy Sunday. How are you guys? I'm praying that we don't get any crazies in the comment section like we normally do. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Hope everything is so well. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Man, I kind of feel a little bit nervous tapping into this energy, and I feel like there could be some energy that's kind of been ignored or suppressed, and it may, you guys may find yourselves kind of dealing with it, and I do feel like it is definitely has to do with love. And that can be the Ten of Swords. It just keeps coming up, right? It definitely feels like not that love can be challenging, but that maybe you're just so used to being in a particular cycle or being with one person in general or dealing with a certain type. You could have just recently changed up your type, right? Or how you pursue love, and for whatever reason that can be a little bit challenging. So or it's just more nerve wracking because I feel like the Ten of Swords just kind of gives me this energy of where it feels a little nervous, but not in a bad way. Just like I'm not really sure, right? Ace of Swords energy here in the reverse. Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, Queen of Swords. Right, I did say there's just a lot of thinking that's taking place, right? A lot of I want to say like you seeing yourself overcoming challenges, right? The number 7 seems to be significant. I also have the 8 of Wands here. So I feel like the 8 of Wands is definitely a card that's indicative to the fact that you are like bypassing certain things, right? Like you're overseeing them. So whatever challenges may have stood before, it's like, okay, well, those challenges are now disappearing, or it's almost like clearing hurdles, right? When it comes to love or channeling feelings or being able to deal with feelings in a way that you've never dealt with them before, right? And I do feel like that is definitely some like negative energy that's clearing. It's also very it's very welcoming to your healing energy right now. Yeah, the Emperor energy is here. So it's very like imperative that you kind of deal with that, right? Or that you deal with these feelings. Some of you guys could be also feeling some energy of a resentment. It could be thinking about past lovers or situations and being like, well, that person, they never truly cared, or I never found out how that other person felt about me, or just even how you're perceived as you move forward in life, right? King of Wands, or sorry, Knight of Wands energy in the reverse, where it's like, you may even be presenting or putting on this shield or this face that says, well, I don't care what other people think about me anymore, right? And that's, maybe that's how you felt before, right? Where, in the past, you felt like, shit, you used to care too much about how people thought, you know what I mean? Or how people saw you, or what people were thinking about you. And it's like, shit, I don't give a damn about that anymore, right? But I do feel like the reason why it may feel unfamiliar is not because you haven't felt like this before, right? You've definitely felt like this before. You definitely dealt with these feelings, but I feel like with the Page of Swords being in the reverse, it's been a while, right? it's been a while since you have felt like this before. Okay. All right. I wish I had my moderators in here. I hate when the comments be so dumb. It's 16 of y'all in here and nobody's hit the like button. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's continue. Share the live, hit the like button, comment decent things, right? I'm like, comment decent things. Five of Swords energy here being in the reverse along with the Hierophant. I don't know why I feel like as you're shifting, I literally feel like, okay, I'm trying to sidestep, right? Like, okay, I'm trying to finally shift into this new overall energy, right? This newfound space. And for whatever reason, you're having a problem or maybe like an issue with doing that because it's like, oh, but this isn't really me. And I feel like the only reason why you're having the disconnection from feeling like, oh, this isn't really me is just because you haven't operated as this version of you in quite a while. So it's taken a little bit longer to get acclimated to the energy, right? It's almost like, oh, let me get hip to the game. Like, okay, well, this is how I should be in love. This is how I should show up. But with the Hierophant being in the reverse, it's like, well, that's not what you know to be true about love, right? Because as you've been on this healing journey, as you've been on your journey and being more diligent or even more disciplined when it comes to your finances, it's like you know what God says about love. You know what God says about a lot of things. And the Hierophant being in the reverse, that's not normally how you operate, or that's not normally how you have came to understand how the universe works, how God works. So there's like, man, but it's troubling, right? Because it's like, well, I've been on this journey to become a better me, to be more, in tune with the divine. And I'm struggling a little bit because why? Why does it feel like this is not how you're supposed to operate, right? And because most of the world doesn't operate like that, right? Most people are not looking to get out of chaos, right? Or a chaotic cycle, or even just being how like you can be on default, so you're just always more reactive rather than like proactive, right? So it's like, oh, when you find yourself in a particular situation, then you react out of that. But knowing what you know, having the intuition that you have, being a person who can pick up on pattern recognitions, you're able to see things before they actually happen. So now you don't have to fucking react, right? Excuse me, I got a little passionate. Now you don't have to react to it, right? You're like, I know what this is. This is not good. I know how this is going to turn out, right? And so because because you've moved into this new found space, whether you realize it or not, right? Whether you realize you're here already, you've been operating this way. I just think because you're choosing how you choose to show up for people or how you choose to show up for yourself, dealing with people just feels a little new because you haven't been operating at this level or like this in quite a while. Like you're really standing on business. Okay. Said I need to hear this, Kendra. My missus of 14 years split up with me this week, and I had to gave her so much for so long. Thank you, Kendra. Oh, you're welcome. Okay. So yeah, let's see what else is coming out here. Yeah, the Magician card is in the reverse. You may not trust yourself at this time. Queen of Cups energy is here. You may not trust yourself. And I say that like this. The reason why I say that is because I feel like this is what you're feeling, right? Is that it's not so much as like when you say it out loud, it's like, well, it could be triggering to the mind to say like, what do you mean I don't trust myself? But I feel like the shift that's happening or the energy that you need to just own is like you have been making the necessary decisions or the decisions that you needed to make, and you've been doing fine. You have been doing well. And maybe you just haven't heard or had the confirmation that you're in alignment, that you're doing well, that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. That, you know what I mean? Like you are making progress, you are making strides. Because a lot of times even if we are to give that to ourselves, we still want or like hope that somebody sees like the effort that we're putting into certain things that we're doing, regardless of how, in tune we believe that we are, or, oh, I'm an alchemist, or I'm very powerful. I am, I am, I am, I am. No matter how many I am affirmations that you crack, it's like, yeah, it's still nice for somebody else that's on the outside, to see like what I'm doing, right? And it's not so much about like not being able to give yourself personal gratification, satisfaction, or the validation. It's just you do want people to see you the way that you see yourself, which is a person who is trustworthy, a person who is very much able to succeed and be able to come up on top and conquer their feelings, their emotions, how they deal with things. So, and I really do feel like it could be very majestic, right? It's a very soft transfer. You're not in anyone's face saying, oh, da 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 da, right? Like, oh, I did this, I did that, right? It's just, you know how to remove your energy, you know how to decrease things. You have this way of pivoting and dealing with things, and finances keeps coming to mind as I'm speaking. So I definitely feel like this also is a big like props to you when it comes to dealing with your finances, even, right? Like you are maneuvering and pivoting and shifting in a way that definitely does need some validation, right? And people should see you this way, right? You deserve for people to see you in a way that says, not look at me, but like, give me my propers, right? Tower card energy is here on this page of swords energy in the reverse. And maybe in the past, right? Maybe people in the past have always gave you a hard time about who you are, or about shifting, about changing, or even just being different because, you've never had a hard time. I'm hearing the word competing. So maybe, you've been in positions where other people felt like you guys were competing, right? Or people always competed with you, or people always maybe looked at your life and looked at theirs and then some way tried to like say like whose life was better, right? Look, 7 of Cups here, people could definitely be like comparing their life to yours, right? And so because you've experienced this before, you're like, okay, you know, maybe you don't want to boast or brag, or maybe you do feel a little uncomfortable about telling people your achievements and your accomplishments, because maybe people do constantly like pit themselves against you, right? And so that may be a little it could be a little underwhelming to say, because I do feel like it's something that you're suppressing, where you're not necessarily maybe you're not talking about your achievements or your accomplishments too much, or you just don't talk about yourself enough for people to be able to understand how much healing that you've done, right? Because I feel like in the past you could have been very obsessed or very hooked or fixated on certain things, even appearing a certain way, or just the way that you went about your journey or healing, or the way you went about doing things. People could have felt like you went out of your way to like always be different or always show up so different. And I don't feel like, I honestly don't feel like maybe you did, but maybe there is some like, what's the word I'm looking for? Resonance. Yeah, like that resonated. Maybe something like that. Or there's just this recognition from other people that they realize how different you truly are, right? How differently you truly act and even behave. Okay. Some of you guys could have been like bad boys, very like fast moving females, or just, I've said fast moving females. I don't mean like, some little, how they say little fast ass girl, or you just lived a different type of lifestyle, right? Whatever that is. Like whatever that is. When my nostrils itching, maybe you had a past life, obviously, right? No, and to whatever grade of fast or different, okay? But maybe because you have lived like this in the past, right? It's like, damn, you've changed so much. And it's like, I wonder how people see me. Do people still see me like that? And maybe you did, have this really big, I don't know, stride is the word I'm hearing. But people could have felt very triggered by your healing process or whatever it is that you've done to integrate the old version of yourself into this new version of you, right? And then there's no competing, right? There's no competing, right? And that's not to say that you don't have your own ooh, la, la, la. That's not to say that you I almost bit my tongue. That's not to say that you don't have your own mistakes or somehow you haven't always knew exactly how to figure out how life works, right? Like you haven't always had the right answers, is what I'm trying to say. But you haven't always had the right answers. You maybe haven't always made, it's not like you're without blemish or mistake, right? But because you have gone about changing your life in such a way or a certain way, um, people could be very intimidated by that or it makes them feel something, you know? It may even have people questioning or looking at their life like, what am I doing? Like, you seem to have all the answers, right? Like, you really do. When someone talks about, oh, do you know someone that's healing or someone that's healed? You are absolute example of what that looks like. People can literally tell someone that they know someone in their life who is like, a perfect example for what healing looks like, a perfect example for what it looks like when it comes to a person who changes and being really confident in that too. And I feel like you may even find it quite interesting to know that other people do see you as this source of light, that people do see you as someone who definitely deserves their flowers, recognition, that you do have the sauce. There's a little bit of, there's a recipe that you have when it comes to this game of life that you know what I mean? That, look, the Wheel of Fortune, right? That you definitely do have the recipe. You have the game of life figured out, right? I just literally see like somebody like spinning, you know what I'm saying? Like working their wrist with a little mixing bowl. Like, you can definitely, right. That you definitely have that ability to like make things out of, make something out of nothing, right? That you can whip some stuff up. That you know how to put a few things together, right? And I do feel like this is a really big compliment to you for you to understand, right? How well people do see you, or even if people do project things onto you, understand that like a projection doesn't always necessarily mean or just clarify like that's how somebody sees you entirely, right? People can project their insecurity or insecurities onto you, and that's not necessarily meaning like that's just how they see you. They just, when they deal with you, when they come in contact with you, because you're high vibrational, you're confident, you're a healer, right? You know how to make people feel good about themselves because you do it all the time, right? Like the way that your energy projects outward, you operate like that on the inside. And it's just something about this disconnect of the new energy that you're in and where you came from. It maybe you don't really truly see yourself how you ought to see yourself, and you have taken a lot of people's projections and have almost like inherited these projections of other people, and over time it has like weakened your power supply, or it's just weakened certain areas, or like grids, right? If your whole body was like a grid of light, people projecting their own insecurities at you or constantly wanting to compete with you have hit that grid and maybe like knocked out of those lights in that area. So when you look at yourself, you don't see yourself as a very light or a luminous or illustrious being because of so many hits that you've taken. Right? I'm literally hearing this message like it's time for you to look in the mirror. It's time for you to awaken. And I know it's like, oh, well, awaken to what? Like I feel like, you've gone through so many spiritual awakenings, but now I feel like this one is very physical, right? And when I was on TikTok, TikTok a couple days ago, I had pulled some oracle cards that were all like physical. It was all about the body, right? So I feel like at this time, what spirit is like really wanting us to know is that we need to be more in tune with our bodies, how we see our bodies, how we see ourselves, how we just see the physical nature of who we are, right? See how beautiful you are. right? See your lights. No matter how many times you've been hit with negativity, people have tried to, I don't know, maybe curse you or curse you out, right? Or even people just, spewing negativity at you. Like that shouldn't necessarily change how you see yourself, because you are going to see yourself, right? And I'm not necessarily talking about when you look at other people, you seeing some parts of you within them. No, like how you see yourself. Okay. So, yeah. I feel like that I cut that really short. But I do feel like it's very straight to the point. Like how you see yourself is very important right now to your healing journey. And that you see yourself as pretty or fine or sexy or handsome or beautiful. You know what I mean? Like confidence is really telling, right? How a person shows up, how a person, the 9 of swords, excuse me, fell on the floor. How a person shows up is literally like, it's a conduit of energy, a conduit of energy, right? How you see yourself is a conduit of energy for how the world will interact with you and see you. So it's like, okay, what foot are you bringing, right? And you see, I'm so sorry. You see how she's stepping forward? Like, are you putting your best foot forward? Are you bringing your A game, right? And it's not necessarily about you being dressed to the nines, being dressed to the T, having that shit on, you dripped out, whatever, right? It's not necessarily about that, but it's about how your light source shines from within, you know? And it's the confidence, being confident in yourself again, being in tune with your inner child and be like, this is who I am, right? And people being able to receive you without you having to think negative things because of the experiences that you had. You already know that people are going to project at you. You know, people are going to project their insecurities, their negative thinking, their ways, their habits, yada, 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 so on and so forth, right? The only thing that really matters is that at the end of the day, regardless of who you interact with, right? So I don't feel like, I was wanting to say who you bring around, but I don't feel like you should be in a space of. I wouldn't say that it would be good practice for you to be bringing around negative people or negative spirits, energies, or shit like that into your circle, into your circumference, right? Yeah. Don't do that. But in terms of the people that you interact with, yeah, you're going to meet people who are, you know, who do they think they are? Why do you think like that? There are going to be people who challenge you, even people who may agree with you, may have a different belief system, especially when we're in the realm or the scope of spirituality. Everybody practices spirituality different, right? And a lot of egos tend to clash when it comes to spirituality because a lot of people think that they know more than the other person. No, you just happen to practice this habit or this ritual or whatever like this, right? But still not allowing those thoughts, those patterns, other people's behavior or behaviorisms to knock you off your course, right? Knock you off your grid. You know what I mean? Get you out of your square. You don't want to do that. Not this time. You've come too far. You've come too far. And it's not to say, just to talk about the negative, you know, but the positive experience that you're going to get out of being able to be confident and be yourself and having the a chance of meeting like-minded individuals, people who love you for being your authentic self. And they may not, and the love that they have for you may not be all consuming, right? It may not be someone who love bomb, excuse me, love bombs you, right? but it could just be the support that you receive when you show up and you're being your authentic self and showing your authentic true nature, and how many people are going to appreciate that, right? And just imagine, right, if you are still operating in this space or this frequency or this energy of not really seeing the light being of who you are and seeing yourself, right? Like, people are never going to get to see who you really are, right? And your chance to shine and be bright and uh like, I'm hearing like be true to self, but I also feel like your inner child, right? There's a part of your inner child that just wants to be free. Like, can I be the weirdo, the freak, the different person, that I've always wanted to be. However that contributes to society, right? However that contributes to society. And I don't feel like it's a little thing, Six of Wands is showing up in the reverse, but I do feel like in some fragment space of your mind, you feel like that the inner child version of you, or the however weird you may believe yourself to be or have a quirk or whatever like that, like, there are people who are waiting to be a part of that, or show you that there are communities for that, right? Like, whatever it is, whether you have a weird laugh or you do several accents, right? Or, however this relates, right? Like, there are people who are totally going to appreciate that. Yeah, Six of Cups. Okay. All right. What else is here? I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. I really do. Thank you for being here with me on Sunday. Hit the like button if you guys haven't already. I greatly appreciate that. It allows other people to come into the space and be able to share, and they're able to hear the message, right? Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Okay. And yeah, let me continue the read. We have Two of Pentacles, Page of Wands energy here. There is this energy of some second guessing or maybe doubting yourself. But it's something that you second guess or doubt yourself, but then you openly speak or freely speak to other people, like, very easily. Like, you very much give, you could give like healthy advice, or you are very like sharp or keen to just speak life into people, right? Like, you make people feel creative. Some of you guys may, like, when you speak to people, you make people feel nervous. But I do get this energy of you reactivating something in people and however you do that, right? Maybe you're not like a speaker, right? But whatever it is that you do, or whatever you bring into this world, whatever you bring to other people, ignites them in a way, that does put them in this alignment with their like higher self, right? It does give them this chance to believe. Like, they believe that they can, I believe I can fly, right? They believe that they can create. They believe that they have all the personal power within themselves to achieve quite a lot, right? Something about no second guessing here. So people could, excuse me. Maybe people underestimate your gift, or people may have underestimated how you, I'm hearing perceive. So I don't know if people are, because there's light energy here, and then we keep going back to like the dark, right? There's this light energy here, but it's like, okay, then we keep going back to the dark. So I feel like, you could be just dealing with this energy right now, right? And that's completely fine, because we talked about that already, where we have the Queen of Swords along with the Moon card in the reverse, where it's like, okay, I got to see my way through this illusion. I have to see my way through this particular space that I'm in right now. So that's fine. Let's talk about it, right? where you're having to transmute a lot of negative energy right now, or negative emotions. And maybe you do work in a public space. Maybe you do work or you talk with people, or that's somehow a part of your life purpose, or that's a part of your plan right now, like in terms of what you'll be doing, and in terms of your life's work, right? Where you will be igniting or fueling or creating or speaking life into certain spaces of people. But what they do with it is ultimately on them. But I do feel like people will maybe perceive you or something that you say in a negative way or negative tone, okay, or negative light is what I'm getting here. Well, we have the Six of Pentacles here, along with the Seven of Wands in the reverse, and then the Eight of Wands. I feel like there's two parts to this, right? Because I feel like if this is like past people, okay, people are always going to have. They can always. I'm not saying they always do, but people can always have a negative thought, feeling, or an opinion, right? But going forward, this is saying, like, don't think like that. Don't be like that. Because it's not that you're not ever going to meet people who are negative, but it says a lot more about the fact that the people who are going to be in your life, the people who are going to be in your circle, they're going to be in your environment, they're operating on the same frequency like you. They want the knowledge that you have. They want the things that you have to offer, right? Especially if this is your life purpose, this is your life path, this is your life's work, right? This is in your career, this is the plan going forward. This is your purpose. So anything that comes into the frequency or your vortex, so to speak, right? If it comes into your vortex, then it's going to be something that you're going to be able to teach. You're going to be able to get something out of it. But I feel like it's going to be more of a positive experience rather than a negative one, right? But these people could be also struggling with the very thing that you are struggling with right now, right? Which is believing in yourself and not second guessing it, right? Because you may even think like, well, if I'm going to be so positive, I can't perceive or come off as being, oh, I'm not confident enough or I'm not ready yet. But you can literally be in spaces and be a walking, living, breathing example of what it means to be struggling with something and overcoming it. Rather, let's say overcoming, not struggling, but you could be overcoming a challenge and still be able to show up, and still be able to show up in spaces as like, here I am, this is what I'm being, this is who I am, this is who I'm becoming, right? Because there's this energy here of becoming, right? And being very well received at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about, I'm in spaces and people are there and they don't want to be. So then they're spewing negative things or, some bullcrap like that, right? Like, no, the spaces that you're going to be in, the people who are going to be coming into those spaces, they operate on that frequency. They want to hear what you have to say, right? Some of you guys could be working like be finance educators, or it's just something about finances, or educating or uplifting people, or how you pour into people. That's definitely showing up here, right? With the Six of Pentacles being here. What was at the bottom of the deck? The Eight of Wands, right? Yeah, moving forward. Communication could be a really big part of this too, okay? You have the Empress card. It showed up sideways. It literally like slid up the Page of Swords in the reverse. So again, you are not who you used to be. And maybe you're struggling with that. But I will say, I'll give it to you. I will give you this. I truly believe that for those of you guys who struggle with or are struggling, or this message resonates with you in any capacity, right? I think it says a lot about who you are, your character, for you to be like, well, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I still have flaws about me. Um, and showing up in spaces where most people put on fake confidence, or people who are really confident, sometimes it comes across as really arrogant, and the fact that you're just like, shit, I got skeletons in my closet too, or I haven't always been perfect. I haven't always had this life figured out. I haven't always figured out the best ways to heal. Yeah, I cry, I get hurt, I get mad, I'm worried. Sometimes I don't trust people. I don't always trust the divine plan. Like, the fact that you can be very real or very much relatable says a lot about who you are. And I want you to really consider that. Like, most people, when you see them operate in a space of confidence, and they're healers, teachers, uh, uh, whatever they offer, it can come across as aggressive or arrogant, or they put on this facade to be like, yeah, because when I used to, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like the fact that you're not portraying yourself to be like, you're not arrogant. That says a lot about you. It says a lot about your heart space. It says a lot about your energy. It really does. Okay. King of Wands energy is in the reverse. The Devil card is in the reverse. The Hangman is in the reverse. Okay. I don't care. I literally feel like the spirit, the divine, is saying with the King of Wands in the reverse, I don't care how you choose. If you don't choose to show up in all your glory, that's fine. And it's like with this like glory, like boom, I'm here, right? Like, if you don't choose to show up like that, that's fine. But the fact that you show up and you give what you have, and you keep going, and you get to experience you get to experience your changes. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. You get to experience how you change, or how you change the world. That's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's beautiful because you accept the changes. Like, you accept who you are. You know what I mean? I do feel like I'm definitely speaking to people who know they have a really direct connection with the divine. As the Ace of Pentacles comes out in the reverse. As the Ace of Pentacles comes out in the reverse, and the Nine of Wands in the reverse too. And then the Queen of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. What's wrong? Why is it like that? Why is it like that? Somebody don't like that. Somebody don't like that you're really connected. Or someone here wants you to feel disconnected. I don't know. It could be somebody who don't like this shit, who not really feeling this, or not really feeling the fact that you have a connection with the divine. Whatever. Like, do I really feel connected to the divine like that? Oh no. This Knight of Cups is in the reverse. The Eight of Pentacles is in the reverse. Something ain't working. It don't feel like it's working. You don't feel in tune yet. The Lover's card is here though, and so is the Eight of Wands. The Nine of Wands is here too. Somebody here, whose energy is this? The Ace of Pentacles is in the reverse. The Nine of Wands is in the reverse. So someone could feel guilty or feel vulnerable because they didn't receive something, or they didn't get something. Or you don't feel like you're connected to the divine, and so it's like Damn, did I miss out on something? I don't know who that's about. I don't know who that's for, but you feel like you missed out on something, or you feel like you weren't connected to the divine like you were supposed to be. Could be a Sagittarius, an Aquarius, Pisces. Maybe this is in regards to love. Why does this feel like this changed? Like immediately we went from this energy of like, you talking about you feeling very connected to the divine to all of a sudden I feel like this energy switched completely. As soon as I lay down these two cards, it's like if you're so connected, like why somebody didn't stay connected to you or uh it's a few different things. Why why did somebody like want to be with you or some shit like that? Well, tell me more about this Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. This is some type of doubt. Nine of Pentacles. Somebody could be single. Like, why are you single? You're so beautiful. You're such the empress. Then why are you single? This could literally be coming from like a hater. Or why you by yourself or why something. I don't know. This is coming from somebody who's a hater. Or somebody who is unhappy in the space that they're in a relationship or some shit. Because the Four of Wands is in the reverse. Like, the Four of Wands is in the reverse. Somebody ain't too happy. And they talking from a space of unhappiness, unfulfilledness. Nine of Cups and the Ten of Swords. Somebody definitely pretends to be happy. They put on a facade to be that they're happy. I don't feel like this is you collective though. Like real talk, whoever this is, I feel like this is a projection. This is a clear projection. And I don't know why somebody would be projecting this, but this is definitely a clear projection. But the it was supposed to be like a blood full moon, or I also seen it was a worm moon. I guess both can be true. There's a full blood moon, blood full moon. I don't know. And it was also called a worm moon. And I didn't look up the meaning of the worm. I should have. But full moons bring out weird energy with people. I'm just saying. So I don't know. This could be you where you feel like, well, if I'm so great or I'm so connected to the divine, or if I'm so the empress, then why didn't I receive something when I was completely vulnerable or completely whatever? This Nine of Wands energy is in the reverse. I don't know if you're just, ooh, my right ear is about to go off. My right ear started like that high pitched frequency. It was about to go off. And I stopped my thought. Because this could be somebody, like I said, like I was about to say, this could be somebody projecting this energy at you where they're literally like, well, if you're so great, then why you're not with somebody? Why you're single? Why are you unhappy? Why are you not married? Whatever that energy is. But I feel like it's a projection. It's a projection. Two of Cups energy came out in the reverse. And I could say, well, maybe you feel this way about yourself, but I don't think so. Not this time. Okay? It's a blood moon, a lunar eclipse blood moon. Okay, that's what it says. Yeah, the king. Somebody just posted it. King of Wands energy in the reverse. King of Swords energy in the reverse. Just be careful of a lot of this projection shit, because I really feel like you're doing fine. But literally all the readings that I've been posting this week, I don't care who I read for all the 12 signs. At least I want to say like 7 of them had energy where it was a lot of energy being projected onto the collective, and it wasn't their own energy. So just be mindful of that. Okay. Cause yeah. You're a tough cookie. You're very smart. Very smart. Cause somebody 38 hot that they can't put you in a position of feeling lowly about yourself. Like, damn, can I work through my own insecurities and not what you think that I should be doing in life? So now I got to be great for myself and towards a person who has an opinion on what they think I should be doing in my life. Great. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Not that you have to please people. That's crazy. Let's see what else is out here. I want to get my friends deck. Let's see. What else is out here in love? Let's see what's going on in your love life. Love specifically. Let's see what's going on in love. Oof. 2 of Wands. Ooh wee. Okay, I'm gonna take them just how they feel. 7 of Pentacles. Okay, 7 of Pentacles says take it or leave it. It's the energy that you're in. Take it or leave it. Take me as I am. This is interesting. I feel like this. I feel like this could be read this way. Mexican food is significant here. Taquito specifically. They literally gave me like a crunch of a taquito. It was warm. It was really good. Uh, so that's what I'm picking up here. Maybe you recently ate taquitos, or this energy is associated with somebody who ate some taquitos or something like that, or Mexican food. Okay. The 2 of Wands energy is in the reverse. The King of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. Um, this could be somebody else's energy. This could be an energy of somebody that you were dealing with. Okay. Or a third party's energy in terms of how they feel about you, look at you, and see you. I kind of feel like there's a third party energy here that is inserting herself or believes herself to think that she's on your level, okay? Or she's capable of giving somebody what you gave them. I don't know if you gave life to somebody, or this would be like a stepmama situation, like a baby mama thing, like, or if you're the new wife or the new girlfriend, there could be someone who feels like, well, I gave life to that child, you didn't do that. I don't know. I'm channeling here, so take what resonates, okay? Knight of Cups, along with the Death card and the Fool card. Something, I'm literally getting like something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, kind of, but without the borrow part. Something old, something new, something borrowed. I mean, something blue. Okay, something blue. Sorry. With the Knight of Moon, something blue. The new is the Fool card. The old is the Death card. Or someone getting married, or this is like an omen to protect a marriage. The King of Stars and the 10 of Wands in the reverse. I don't know if someone's doing like some type of spell or some shit like that on a masculine energy to keep them with them. That feels very weird. This feels very strange, but I do feel like there's some type of love spell or something going on. Look at the King of Swords energy in the reverse. Because The Two of Wands is here. It's like there's a feminine energy that possibly could be doing a love spell to keep a masculine away from a feminine energy, or she's just trying to keep him like always focused on her or with her, something like that. Clarify this Seven of Pentacles, because look how she is right here in this Seven of Pentacles, and then the King of Pentacles is in the reverse, and then look at the Queen of Pentacles. Didn't I say something about a marriage? I said something old, something new. I didn't have nothing borrowed, but there is something blue with that Knight of Moons here. But it's a feminine energy that's doing something to another feminine energy to make this person stay with them. That's what I'm picking up on. Sorry, my nose is itching. That's confirmation. The World card. This feminine energy is trying to make it hard for this person to leave, or it's like they're trying to do things like, oh, I'm trying to offer this person the world, but I feel like whatever this feminine energy is doing to this masculine energy is making them sick. With the Ace of Swords, I don't know if this is like literally sick or just like, oh, I'm so sick of this shit. But the Star card is in the reverse with the World card. Sorry. My hair is shitted. The Star card is in the reverse with the World card. Like, that's not good. That's not healthy. Even if this is just a feminine energy keeping a masculine stuck in the same cycle, in a similar cycle, it's like, I said similar. Did I say similar? Like a simulated cycle? Like a simulated cycle, or in a similar, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Somebody wanted to know. Somebody was asking about this. Whoever was here, started this energy, you wanted to know what was going on between you and another person, because why you guys haven't talked, why you guys haven't seen each other, what's going on, why is it in a standstill, you know? Because you could be like, okay, well, I'm hanging on. I'm trying to see where things are going or what's going on with that person. That person has somebody that's hanging on to them, clinging on to them. Maybe you haven't heard from this person, or you feel like maybe you usually see them around. Yeah, the Ten of Cups is here. It just flew out with the Page of Swords. I feel like this feminine energy is keeping the masculine energy busy. Yeah, but it's like keeping them busy so they'll stay away from you. They'll walk away from you officially, or you'll walk away from them. That's way too many cards. Yeah, if you've been feeling like kind of crazy or like stir crazy, like, okay, I really don't know what's going on. Like, I usually hear from them. What's up with them? I thought, our connection was moving forward. They, maybe you thought this person had learned like right from wrong, or this person realized like, well, this feminine who was worthy of love or energy or like real affection time. I don't know, however you see this person and the third party situation. It's like you may have even thought to yourself, like, okay, well, the masculine or feminine energy, whoever you're dealing with, they realize that this third party situation or this investment, whatever they've invested themselves into, it doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It can literally just be like something that they've submerged themselves in. Okay, whatever they invested themselves into, they have got themselves so caught up in it, and it's like the investment, the person, the source, the energy has literally been making it seem or appear like, oh, this is good, like this is what you should be doing, something like that. Give me something else on this Ten of Cups, because I really want to know what the Ten of Cups means, because I feel like this person is like happily invested in it. Okay, along with the Page of Swords. The Tower card is here in the reverse. You may not fully understand what this person is invested in or what they're working on or what they're attempting to achieve. With the Tower card in the reverse and the Ace of Wands in the reverse as well. But with the Six of Pentacles here, I feel like there's some need of needing to trust this person. Okay? There's some need of you needing to just, like the Lil Wayne song says, let it all work out. Okay? This could even be like a legal thing because it is justice. The Justice card is here. The Justice card is here. I don't know. It sounded weird when I said it the first time. So I had to say it again. Give me something else on the Justice card. Someone here could be a Libra. Four of Wands energies in the reverse. Yeah, there is the Four of Wands to me is like reading like a contract, right? If it's not just marriage or if it's not talking about happiness or just being like fulfilled, right? Everybody being fulfilled. This is a great foundation. This is laying the groundwork. You know, that's what the Four of Wands is entailing, right? And so whatever, you know, is called, whatever is being called, whatever is happening, and you need to trust it, or it's a legal thing, it does not feel like it's concrete. It doesn't feel like it's set in stone, right? It doesn't feel like good. It's not happy. You don't really know the outcome of it, right? But with the King of Wands here, you may be scared, but you're like, I'm going to go through the process anyways, right? The Wanderer is in the reverse. The Page of Wands is in the reverse. Whoever's going through this, you are dealing with this and you don't really know what's going to come of it, but you know that you're going to come out on the other side fine. The Two of Swords energy is here at the bottom of the deck. You know, if this is a legal situation, maybe you feel like, oh, I got to go do something I don't want to do. And you don't know how long it's going to take. However this legal situation is working, you just don't know how long something is going to take, but you're going to be happy. I'm going to tell you that much. You know what I mean? You're going to be happy. You're going to be happy that you went through it and that you did it, that you came out on the other side, you succeeded going through the transformation. Because whatever the investment was, if it was a relationship, you know, it made you feel like, I don't know what I'm doing here. It's keeping me in a perpetuated cycle. Whatever this investment was is not very attractive to whatever this third party situation is. The third party being the investment, or I say it could be a relationship, right? There's something about discovering something here too. The Chariot card is in the reverse though. If you're wondering, this could be legal. I'm literally hearing like discovery. The discovery paperwork, a discovery package. There are things in this document or whatever's going on here that could literally implicate somebody, you know? You could be worried about that. If this is a relationship, this is a serious relationship that you were in, and maybe you guys are going to court for something, or you guys are getting a divorce, and there's like a discovery paper. There's discovery paper. I don't know what the hell y'all got going on, and I'm not here to judge you. I don't know what you were doing. Okay, and I'm not here to judge you. But you do feel like this person could potentially like rat you out. Or this person could potentially like put you on blast. Maybe this person will put you out and you're worried about that. But I feel like you're going to be just fine. I feel like because you got the Two of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Lover's card, and the Sun card, which are all great cards to have when you're talking about somebody having your back and things going your way. Okay? You're going to be fine. But you do feel like whoever you invested in, whatever this third party situation is on a legal or marriage relationship aspect, Um, you definitely feel like this person gonna try to like do you in. Okay. But I definitely do see you like winning something. Like, okay. This could even be like money, somebody really having your back, or some type of case or evidence or something turning up that's working in your favor completely. Ugh. What card is this? The Judgment card. Look, I picked it up just like that. I thought I picked up a piece of carpet too. So I looked down like that, like, what is that? The Judgment card. Things going in your way. Sweet. That's sweet. That's nice. Right? Like, yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Everything's working out in your favor. Something might be happening tonight. Okay. Something's gonna be sweet. Like, I don't know who be like, man, that's sweet. Like, that's sweet. Yes. Nice. Okay. Um, whatever this is, it was definitely making you feel like you were going crazy or you were crazy, but it's like now your name is being cleared. Hell yeah. Your name is being cleared. Whoever was trying to see you a certain type of way, like this shit is working out in your favor. Like I said, third party situation, whether this is a third party situation, something to do with legally, or a marriage that's ending, this is going in your favor. Okay? Whatever the outcome that you wish to have is literally how this shit is going. Okay? Especially, and I want to say, like, if you're on the right side of things, and I feel like whoever you are, you know where you fall. All right? I gotta hold your hand and be like, oh, well, had you did. No, this is working in your favor. For sure. Because someone was trying to make you feel crazy. Someone was trying to make you feel crazy. Someone was trying to make you feel some type of way about something. And yeah, I don't know if you walked away from something. You did something that literally implicated yourself as, I don't know if you walking away implicated yourself as looking like the bad one. And so I don't know. It feels like it all works out in the end because I'm literally seeing like a little Mai Tai or a little drink with the umbrella in it. So it's like, I guess you got away in the end. Like, it serves you right to have this type of justice. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. It's the last card here. Eight of Pentacles is in the reverse. Could be a work situation. Could be something to do work. Didn't I say somebody was trying to make something look like it was better than what it was? If it is a certain investment. The Eight of Pentacles is in the reverse. I don't know if you're not working anymore or something with finances that have been really, really difficult, very challenging, right? But now all that's coming to an end. The Moon card is here. The Seven of Swords is in the reverse. The Ten of Swords is in the reverse. So you've been going through a lot of probably, not really feeling secure in your finances, but still knowing like you're still coming out on top. You know what I mean? Like it may, and I really feel like it's a positive mindset that you've constantly been in. Like, especially with the Moon card being here, the Seven of Swords in the reverse, the Ten of Swords in the reverse. I really feel like not only did you have to really look at these challenges or really deal with your financial challenges and constantly have to like persevere mentally. You know what I mean? Even when you didn't feel like it, you still had to create this Ten of Pentacles for yourself or for your family or for your kids, right? But this is definitely by, and you could have been in a situation where you were, hanging on, trying to see how things were going to look like. You got people probably telling you, oh, no, it's good, you're going to be fine, da, 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 whatever. However, people were trying to be very passive with you or pacify you to keep investing into something. And I feel like I don't really know the parameters for what you invested in to speak on it specifically, but I feel like, you know, when you invest into something, you do so dutifully, or wholeheartedly, right? And because the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Stars fell on the Hangman the Hangman is not reversed, but because it fell on this Hangman, I feel like you really handle something well or responsibly, like dutifully. Like, you know what I'm saying? You showed up. You kept showing up. No matter how you felt. Because the King of Cups energy is in the reverse. Like, you don't want to give these people your energy. Or maybe you invested in something. You're like, I don't want to give these people my money, or I don't want to do this. But it's like, you did something so beautifully. You financed something so beautifully, even when you probably didn't have the resources, or maybe you didn't feel like you belonged there. You know what I'm saying? And maybe this is you getting a position. This card kind of fell everywhere. It's the Sun card, by the way. But I've seen it kind of flip a few different times, so I'm gonna put it back in the deck. But maybe you didn't feel ready for this position, or maybe you didn't feel like you had enough finances for something. But regardless, like, you kept being positive or making a way. Maybe you even had to, rob Peter to pay Paul. You know what I'm saying? Because the Emperor card is in the reverse. The Sun card is in the reverse, and so is the Five. I mean, the Five of Moons is not reversed, but the Five of Moons is here, which means you didn't always have it like that. You know what I'm saying? But you was positive about your experience the whole way. I'm talking about positive. Positive. Okay? Queen of Pentacles energy is here. I feel like you were really like, that's what's getting you through, regardless of what this shit look like on the outside. Because I don't know. I feel like in terms of your material world and how things look, maybe that's just how you feel like. Well, I don't have a lot to go do this. I don't have a lot to go do that. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Hey, girl. I don't have a lot to do a lot with, but you know how to make things stretch. You know how to make things work. The universe is always looking out for you, right? The universe just always provides for you. And it's because you have a really positive mindset, dude. You do. That's just who you are, man. Because you got the full moon here, and you got these swords that's in the reverse. So it's like, not only are you clearing out challenges, dealing with your finances, you got challenges maybe dealing with a third party situation, a marriage, finding a soulmate, who you're with, people saying how you shine, people talking about, projecting onto you, taking your light away, worried about why you not with this person, why you don't have somebody. Why are people so concerned with your relationship and your love life? And that's the thing I'm trying to figure out, right? People constantly competing with you, comparing their life to your life. Like, I feel like that's one of the biggest things that I've seen tonight as I've been reading for this past hour, is people just constantly want to compare your life to theirs, especially your relationship. That's what I'm seeing. This is the second time I've had a spread tonight, different sets of cards, and what comes out is how you're being compared to possibly in a relationship, whether it be a work relationship or not, but still, people are comparing their experience to yours. And I don't know why. I'm so confused. Like, we are all here having our own experiences. Your experience should not be like mine. It doesn't necessarily have to be, right? It could be, but it's like, you guys are two different people. No matter how much you may maybe agree on certain things or be alike in certain ways, like, you're still going to be very different in some aspects. And that's okay, right? I feel like that's a conversation that we should be having with kids, right? To teach them alchemy, which is very funny because it was a conversation that I had with my daughter this week, is that she found something to be quite funny And I found it to be quite ridiculous. And she was like, well, it's funny to me. And I was like, she's 8, by the way. And I'm like, no, I told her, I was like, that's fine. I said, you can definitely please have your opinion. Just because you think something's funny, I said, and I don't feel like it's like, oh my God, ha 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 ha. Like, doesn't mean that it's not funny. I said, laugh. It like you can laugh. I think it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you don't gotta find the things that I find funny. And I don't have to find what what you like. I don't have to love. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. That's totally fine. I don't have to dislike you for that. But whatever. I say whatever because I literally mean I digress. Like, is that a thing that we have to teach adults? Do you have to teach adults that it's okay to like different things and that people may not like what you like, and that's okay? Like, that's okay. And people do grow and they change. And when people grow up and they change their lives, what they like, they no longer like anymore. And that's okay. It's a part of life. The only thing that's constant in life is change. So I like when I see people change. I like when people are like, I don't like that no more. Oh, cool. What do you like? What are you into? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's see. What else is here? 5 of Wands energy is here in the reverse. 2 of Swords and the King of Cups is at the bottom of the deck in the reverse, or the King of Moons. Y'all know every time I use these cards, I always call the Moons cups because I'm just referring to it as the natural, the original tarot, right? But looking at this King of Swords and where this 5 of Wands in the reverse and the 2 of Swords in the reverse fail on this energy. Right. She said, I agree completely. Absolutely. Because of these two people are here and they're looking at one another, you and another person or a particular energy, or lately I've been reading the King of Swords as emotion. Okay. Because it's been coming up in the reverse so much lately in readings, which talks about somebody being completely emotionally immature. And with this King of Swords being an upright, and because it's been coming out so frequently like that, I'm reading it the same way here in this reading. And I literally feel like the King of Swords is representing that two people amicably. Let me try it again. Amicably agreeing, like, hey, we on two different we on two different levels. We in two different spaces. And that's okay. Right? That's absolutely okay. Right? The 5 of Wands is in the reverse and the 2 of Swords is in the reverse. Like, baby, I won't even hold you. That's fine. We're different. And that's okay. Like, you can respect that. You can respect that people are like, that's who you are. That's the type of time you on. Like, this is where I am. This is the type of time I'm on. Right? Hey, Susan. And that's okay, right? King of Moons, King of Cups energy at the bottom of the deck. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not upset that you're not on the frequency that I'm on. Right? And feeling okay without it driving you crazy. It's not driving you up. I don't know. I'm hearing like a double-edged sword. Where, and for some of you guys, you may be dealing with a situation, or we're dealing with a situation where it was like iron sharpens iron, right? So you dealing with it. It's like, how do I say it? Dealing with the, double-edged sword is like, oh, iron sharpens iron. Dealing with this is making me stronger, or it's making me more, what's the word? Antiquated, or it's giving me the strength, or I'm learning from it, right? I really feel like this is a really big shift. We have an eclipse, a full moon, Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, and I want to say this. I hope this energy shifts are not tearing your ass up, because the spread that I've been reading tonight, for the people who I've been reading for, you are in a space where you are way too freaking intelligent, for one, and experienced. intelligent, spiritually experienced. Um, and it's not so much about you having like knowledge of like things spiritually in terms of astrology or anything like that, but it really does speak to the fact that you have life experience and enough experience to know energy shifts. And a lot of people, whether they watch tarot or they're watching into spirituality as a whole, the collective shifts. We see it all the time, right? We see how things circulate on social media. We see what people are talking about amongst our friend groups or at the watering spot in the office. What is that called? What is that called? Where people gather at the water fountain at the office. It's an expression, anyways. But you're able to see like the conversation is different when people are digesting and how people are moving. They're shifting. We can see it, you know. And it really does say a lot about the fact that you've been able to shift and been able to shift dynamics to where it's like the time and effort that people put in or what they show me um in a nutshell is I don't even want to go so far to speak to say that's how they feel about me, right? But because I also talked about this tonight too, is that people can project energy at you, and that's not necessarily their full experience of you, but they're that's it's a part of how they've experienced you, right? And granted, people's dynamics of compartmentalizing or understanding how they see someone visualize, not even visualize, but how they choose to say who you are as a person may not be to that dynamic of where there's so many different like levels, right? Everybody's mind does not think like that, but um I'm saying all that to say what I'm saying in a nutshell as a whole is that you understand how people think now, how energy works, that it's pieces. It's just like little small pieces, it's blips. And it is iron sharpens iron in a sense that, but it's like when you don't have to constantly be in a space where iron is constantly sharpening iron, I can have that experience and I don't have to just allow that experience to fully immerse me and it digests me so much so that I'm complacent now or I'm stuck or you know, and so like detrimental to your to who you are, right? Like, oh, it's affecting me, you know, it's not like that for you anymore. Okay. Let me get one more card on this five of stars, five of pentacles energy here. 10 of pentacles energy in the reverse. Yeah, this is you. I feel like honestly, you guys are in this space of you're still, you know, we're always becoming, right? But I feel like this version of you is, I hope I can put my leg up here, sit comfortably. Ooh, okay. I feel like this version of you, right, is becoming this newly formed detached individual, right? Where you're like, um man, the experiences that you could share, the stories that you could tell, and it's like those are just purely experiences. Like those are experiences. These are things that I've experienced, and it's fine, right? It's not the bane of my existence. It's not, you know, for those of you who have met people who have disappointed you or lovers and it didn't pan out, or the contract ended up being, you know, voided, or somebody fulfilled their side of the contract and you didn't think that that's how it was going to go, right? It's not, that's not the bane of your existence. Yes, that's your experience with them, but it doesn't mean like that's who you are, right? And that's what this energy is saying. And you really noticing, or other people probably even noticing that too. Because remember, in the last spread that I did, I literally was talking about how um how you see yourself and how you shine your light, and allowing other people to fully experience that too, right? Where people see you shine brightly, shine bright like a diamond, right? Where your experiences, people's um maybe their expectations of you, how how they've imprinted on you, you're not allowing those negative things touch you or dull your light. Because remember, I talked about, I don't know how many of you guys were here, where I talked about the grid being on the body, right? And you having these lights and the like little small lights all over your body, and it's like in grids, right? And every time that somebody's projected energy at you or has something negative to say, or try to dim your light in any capacity, that part of your grid or your shell or your being, right, as a whole, has been dimmed in certain spaces. And so when you look at yourself, you don't see yourself as the bright individual that you are, the light being that you are, the creator that you are, because of your experiences. But you have enough knowledge to know now how incredible you are. You have enough knowledge to know now these are just experiences. This is just an experience. So I'm going to close this reading out. I can't wait to drink some water. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me get some water right now. I've been looking at these 2 water bottles the whole time I've been on live. And they've only been like, maybe 3 feet away from me. I had to get some water. Oh my gosh. And the music stopped. It's gotten quiet. Again, I hope you guys are having a beautiful Sunday. If you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I feel like when I talk like that, I put on my DJ voice. Thank you so much for watching. I've always wanted to be like a DJ or a VJ. I think I got the right voice for it. What you think? A new romantic cycle begins, okay? Which is good, loving yourself, level up, level up, level up, A time to give rather than take, Virgo energy. Emotions are running high. Let's see what else is here. What else is here? What else is here? Look at the bigger picture. Yes. I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait a minute. It itches. It literally all of that itches. Okay. The Ankh is really significant at this time. The Ankh. Okay. The Ankh is really significant at this time. Okay. Not to take away from Aries, but that symbolism is very significant right now, you guys. Okay, show the world the real you and nothing will come of this situation. Oof. The energy is gaining momentum. Nothing will come of this situation void, of course. Moon. Okay. Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that when I was channeling this energy? You realize nothing is going to come of the situation that you're dealing with, especially for some of you guys who are dealing with third party situations, or, it could be marriage. It could be a legal thing, right? You're just realizing that's an experience. It's just an experience. I don't have to let this experience be the bane of my existence, right? So yeah, that's what I have for you. To show the world the real you, Aquarius, Libra energy. And that's not just for the signs. If you want to take it that way, you can. But a new romantic cycle is beginning. A time to give rather than take. Virgo energy. Look at the bigger picture, Sagittarius energy. But I do feel like it all goes together to let you know, like, hey, nothing's going to come of a situation, especially if it's like negative and it literally adds nothing to your experience. And you've already learned what you needed to learn dealing with it. Like, that's it. That's it. Wrap it up. It's over. Right? Like I said, you could be dealing with the remnants of it or the resonance of the space that you used to once be in. You remember that. You remember dealing with it. You remember that person. You remember that space. But you also know, like, it's over. Right? Or how you once chose to deal with it. That part of you is over as you continue to heal. Right? So, anyways, that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for being here. It's always so much fun. I have like an hour and a half live. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Sunday. Right? Hope you guys enjoy your week. I will be back this week with what should I do this week? I think maybe we'll do like air signs, fire signs, water signs, earth signs, because I've already like read for the signs individually. So I think that's how I'm gonna do that. And then maybe tomorrow evening we'll open up the live to just do like questions. So bring your questions. Questions will be $10. Bring your 10s. Bring your 20s. Get you a full little reading, general read on live. Okay? All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.